ask you a question. Do these people know that comedy's about to happen? He's like, well, normally, yeah, I would do like little table advertisements, or they do a Facebook post, which they do their Facebook post, and then I'll put up posters and stuff. But we didn't do it. Any of the table stuff. And I was like, oh, okay, so this is an ambush comedy show.
All right, guerrilla warfare.
Dude, it's my least favorite way of doing comedy shows is going to a bar where you're like, I guarantee you most of the people in here don't even know that a comedy show is going to happen.
You just started. What's going on, Britain?
Oh, dude, it sucks so bad. It happens all the time. But anyway, at first, though, I'll say this. So we get the show going. The owner and stuff likes having the comedy shows there. That's why she keeps having these guys run shows and stuff. And they do well, apparently. Like, the customers like them enough. But we start doing the show. And the first two comics go up. They're doing all right. You know, it's a bar show. Like, and we kind of just hijack the night. Like, we announce, hey, there's going to be a comedy show. And then, of course, there's no stage. We're on the floor. We have a mic.
Oh, you guys should Coyote Ugly it. Just go stand on the bar.
I wanted to. At a certain point, I thought about it. But the people are all sitting. All the chairs and tables are like high tops. So it's not like we're above them.
They're just a bunch of big kids.
They're right. They're right eye level with all of us sitting down.
Oh, that's
it's
really
like,
cool.
Jesus, dude, it's so weird. And they go up and they're doing all right. You know, doing their jokes, and then, you know, sometimes there'll be some crowd where, like, somebody in the crowd be like, hey, blah, 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 and say some shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it went fine. And then Ian, who was the guy throwing the show, Ian gets up there. He's like the third or fourth comic, and then I'm going to follow him. And he goes up, and he starts going in, doing material and stuff, but he starts not doing well. He's losing the audience completely, whereas the other comics were at least keeping their attention, making them laugh here and there and whatnot. You know, it was like a tug-of-war kind of situation. But Ian starts losing them really bad, to the point where it goes back to normal bar chatter while he's trying to talk. And I'm just like, oh, God, no. And he's up there for a good 25 almost maybe a half hour. I swear
sir,
He's
can
up
you
there so long.
calm down? I'm having a discussion about a PMP with my employee here.
Oh, no, dude, this is a blue-collar bar crowd, okay? Dude, these people they're getting hammered. This was not what you think it was. There's no business deals going on. This is, I got done working on mechanics. I'm a done working mechanic for the day, and I'm going to go get smashed.
And tell my other employees how to steal the copper out of my work.
Yeah, exactly. Let me tell you how to take out a catalytic converter real easy. Like. And so he's up there, and what's he do? He breaks the number one rule, in my opinion, especially for bar shows in particular, because you have to be the dominant force, I feel like, as a comic in that room if you want them to pay attention in a bar, right?
Yeah.
Especially, most of the TVs were all still on. All of the sporting events are still on. But luckily there was no major ones. So there was like college wrestling, women's golf, and monster truck rallies were on. But they never turned the TVs off for it.
Everybody be quiet. Gravedigger's coming up.
He's attempting the longest jump in the world. Somebody unplug that guy's mic. I don't want to miss this.
And then that's when it's just like, oh, fuck.
But he breaks the number one rule in that bar atmosphere.
Oh, he broke
like
kayfabe?
That.
Damn.
He broke kayfabe. No, he was bombing with his material bad enough that he started going, I'll just talk to you guys and see what's going on.
Oh.
He started putting the microphone and doing like street interview style comedy like on late night.
What the hell? He thought he was on Instagram?
I guess. This is the problem with TikTok and Reels. People don't know how to appreciate an art form.
I saw 20-year-olds talking to people this way, so it'll work for me.
And so he's talking to people in the crowd. And as soon as that happened, I was like, oh, fuck. Because you've changed the whole precedent now and the rules of the show.
Oh, that's like taking a shit for the next comic.
Yeah. So, and we're not doing it where like a host is coming in between us. It's just we're batoning it. So he gets done with his. He gets one more laugh, which he brought it back enough, right? Where like they were paying attention. Does a final joke, gets off stage, and introduces me and brings me up, and I get it. And I go up there, and And I'm sorry, but I did. I fucking destroyed you. I was like, I don't know what the fuck that was. and I just started making fun of Ian because he's a stay-at-home dad.
Oh,
And I
gotcha.
was just like, this is what happens when you have all daughters and you're a stay-at-home dad and nobody listens to your opinions. You're like, I'm just gonna go to a bar and scream them at people through a microphone.
Yeah.
And was just making fun of him and stuff. And then I start doing some of my material. I'm getting people paying attention and laughing. Of course, people are yelling out at me, right? But I'm going back at them and I'm making a fun. Dude, I rarely ever say I kill, right? I'm very, very honest how I do and say. I was fucking murdering this bar by just doing shit off the cuff. That like somebody yelled back out, like somebody said something about Council Tucky. I went on a whole Max Duggan rant for a while
Yeah.
about how the Council Bluffs just produces losers like me and him, and all that shit. And then I talked shit about Utah and all this shit. It devolved. It was just like I wasn't doing material, right?
Yeah.
And then I get to a joke where I'm talking about how our great grandfather used to breed horses.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a part or whatever when I'm talking about that, and I talk about how he used to ride a horse and then get off of it and ride it all the way to other farms and tell it to go fuck a mare, right?
Yeah.
And this drunk guy who I heard murmurings of, like in between things I was saying when I was just riffing, going, "Oh, just dumbass, shut up," but all that. I could hear it, but I was ignoring him because he hadn't said it directly to me. He's just talking to somebody or whatever. But right when I talk about the horse thing, he goes, "Oh, your grandfather didn't fuck the horse?" And I was like, "No, he was a coward. He's never had the courage to go have sex with a horse." But since we're talking about it, sir, how many horses have you had sex with? Is what I asked the guy.
Only
And
the
then
ones
he's
that
just-
get caught in the fence.
And he's clearly a barfly regular.
Yeah.
And the whole room fucking explodes because I just basically accuse this guy of fucking horses. And then I'm still razzing him, giving him the business talking into it, but he's trying to say something to me, and I'm like, I'm done talking to you, dude. I'm going back into doing this. And he walks up right in front of me because and then he's like, and he waves like to give him the microphone. And I said, no. I said, no, dude, I'm not like that last comic. You're not fucking taking my microphone. Go sit down. We're not doing this. And the guy goes, oh, I'm fine right where I'm standing. And I said, go sit the fuck down. Like that, too. And that's when, and he's plastered, and then he got real serious. He's like, I'm fine where I'm at, and I said, no, you're not. Go sit down. And that's when everybody in this bar looked at my eyes and saw like me having a good time, joking around, having fun, to going to. You've seen me be very angry plenty of times in life, so
Yeah.
I had a dead face, and then several people had to come up and get that guy out from in front of me. And then I had to win this crowd back. I was murdering, and this guy comes up and gets in my face because I call him a horse fucker. And I have to, and then like I had to de-escalate. So that's completely like dead silent. I've completely lost the room at this point.
Yeah.
I got him back somehow. I did.
You
But this
brought
is
him
where-
back to the trough?
I brought him back to the trough, dude. I got him chuckling and laughing, and it was a good time. And this is where things got hairy, dude. That guy goes back to the bar. They make him close out. Everybody in that place apologizes for him to me. They were like, "Hey, man, normally he's a good guy. Like he must be having a day." or
Those are
something."
the worst. So he's like,
Dude,
hey, normally he's a good alcoholic.
Yeah, normally he has his shit together and he only punches the bathroom door.
This is a rarity. Normally it's just his wife he confronts. I mean, this is completely different.
But yeah, he was. But they ended up like the bartender bought me like a free beer. He gave me a free beer. He's like, "Yeah, I'm sorry about that, dude. Like, I clearly overserved him. I didn't realize how drunk he was and whatnot." And I'm like, "Yeah, it's fine." And I got off stage and like that stuff happened, and then he gets escorted out and like taken home, and then later. He comes back in the bar.
Did he have a mustache? Like he had one of those little...
he's just wearing a Groucho Marx fucking glasses and
Yeah.
shit. It's like, he comes back in the bar, dude, and his face is bleeding. His face is bleeding, and I like see him, and I hear him go like, "I'm looking for my keys." But luckily I'm not near where he sees that I'm at, so I walked straight to the bathroom. I'm like, I just don't want him to see me or try to even come over and talk to me. I don't want to deal with this. So I go to the bathroom, and I come back out, and I see the guy's been like taken back outside. And at the end of the show, one of the patrons, Bob, who was a guy whose birthday it was, who we were just all the comics were just giving this guy shit because it was his birthday, right?
Yeah.
Very easy. He comes over and he's like, "Oh yeah, man, did you guys hear what happened to that Tom who got kicked out?" And I'm like, "No, what happened?" "Well, I guess the guy who was trying to help him get home and take him home because he lives across the street, Tom was giving him shit and talking shit, so that guy just beat the hell out of him." I was like, "What?" He was like, "Yeah, it came. That's why his face was bleeding. The guy got tired of his shit. I guess threw him down and kicked the shit out of him." I was like, "What? Well, why did that?" Oh, and I felt terrible. I'm like, "God damn it," because like that doesn't happen.
Damn it! I told that guy if he did it, I'd spot him a 20. I don't have any cash on me.
Hire your own muscle, people. No, the best part was Sam turns to me and goes, "Let me see your knuckles and make sure you can go out there and get some licks in." It's like, why are you hiding your hands in your pockets, Wade? Your knuckles all
you lift your hands out like, we're good. And as you're walking away in your head, your inner monologue's like, and that's when I realized the importance of always checking someone's shoes.
Yeah.
It's just like,
that's why OJ always wore his driving gloves when he committed a crime.
Juicy.
Isotopes.
Isotoners.
Isotoners.
Isotopes,
yeah, sorry. You knew what I fucking meant. Yeah, it was nuts. But then this is the better part. This is where it gets even better, Nathan. Then later, I'm outside with Sam while he's smoking a cigarette. And like, damn, I feel bad.
And you gave him a Colombian necktie when he wasn't looking.
No, Tom was gone. The guy who pulled him away from me when I was on stage while he was up in my face came outside and was smoking. And he was like, "Hey, man, great show. You guys did fantastic. Like, it was a fun time." And I was like, "Yeah." And I just thanked him. I was like, "Hey, thank you again for pulling that guy away from me. Like, I just hoping that didn't escalate." And he's like, "Yeah, it's fine," or whatever. And then I said to him, "Yeah, it sounds like pretty bad too. Like, I'm sorry that guy's fucking night didn't turn out as well. It sounds like somebody beat him up in the parking lot." And he turns to me, "He didn't fucking beat up in the parking lot. No, I took him home and then he tripped and he fell on his front porch and smashed his face on the wood." And I was like, "Well, that's better that nobody beat him up, but he still fell on his face."
And then as he's walking away,
so Bob was just trying to create drama for no reason.
Yeah. As you're walking away, he's like, "But I did push him."
Yeah, but I tripped him. He owed me $5 from a pool game.
I knocked him out on his front porch, walked inside, took a couple beers, and left.
Dude, yeah, I couldn't believe like that. It's not the worst thing I've ever dealt with at a comedy show, but I was so furious though. And hopefully there's footage of it all, and then I can like show. That dude's gonna have
such a fun day on Monday. Be like, no, guys, seriously, I just fell on my porch. Okay,
yeah.
No.
I just fell on my porch. It's not that big of a deal. The bartender said to me, he's like, like he gave me my beer and he goes, "Hey, you think it's too soon if tomorrow when he comes in?" I'm like, "Hey, Tom, how you doing? Hey, but for real, you didn't answer the question. How many horses have you fucked?" And I laughed so fucking hard. I was like, "Yes, dude." I was like, that's how I know I'm in the right. Everybody's like, "Yeah, we already have jokes like fucking ready."
Who is it?